Hey, 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 and welcome to this week's episode of the Inclusive Networker podcast. We are so glad that you are here. And this is your host, Dr. Ramona. And who are we calling into conversation today? Well, it is the fabulous Venus Mack. I am so very excited to have Venus as my guest. So, Venus, hello. Thank you for coming
Hello.
and welcome.
Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your platform.
Yeah. So let's just jump in. Tell us a little bit about
Okay.
yourself. What do you do for business owners? What do you do as your business?
Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Venus Mack-Hall. I am a wife, a mother, a serial entrepreneur, and one of the first women to sit on city council in Statesboro, Georgia. I have a business development mentorship business where I help women dominate entrepreneurship with confidence through structure, strategy, and accountability. So, I just come in and help women either start, establish, or scale their business. I can help a woman at whatever level she is in business to take her business to the next level.
I love that. Okay. And so helping business owners, making sure that they have their processes set up, that is near and dear
Yep.
to my heart, Venus. And so and I want to make sure that I add the hall, the Mac, Venus Mac Hall, and not just say
Don't leave
Mac,
off
because
the
people
hall.
always call me Ramona Holloway. And I'm like, okay, it's been Lawrence for a long time now. So let's add that. So I will do the same for you. So we're gonna make sure that
Thank
that's
you.
there.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And so just as the inclusive networker, we always want to talk about what is your lens, because that is the way that you see the world, and that is how that's how we know where some of your thoughts and your behaviors come from. And so tell us, what
Right.
is your lens? Tell us a little bit about your background.
So my lens, my background, I was born and raised in a big city. I was born and
Mhm.
raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was there for 30 years and then I moved to a small town. So I like to think that I have the best of both worlds. I got to see that big city feel, but now I'm living in that small town environment. And I just like to say that I have a clear eye view on the world. I've seen it in so many different aspects. Um, so I think that I'm doing good. I think that I have a good view because I get to see people for who they are in different aspects, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yeah. And so it's so interesting to me when I see people that come from these really big cities, and then they come to Statesboro, Georgia. So it can be a little bit of a culture shock. But
Yes,
I'm glad that
yes.
you have navigated that, and that you've been able to settle in here.
Yeah, so my grandparents are originally from Statesboro, Georgia. People always ask me, "How'd you get to
Okay.
Statesboro, Georgia?" So my
Mhm.
grandparents were originally born and raised in Statesboro, Georgia. My grandfather just had a big vision, big dreams, and so he married her straight out of high school, and they moved to Philadelphia, and they are still there. But when things started shifting for me and evolving for me, I wanted to come back to where my roots were from. And so that's
Mhm.
how I got here. And that's why I wanted to play such a major part in the community. So I love Statesboro. It's near and dear to my heart. When I tell people that, they're always like, Statesboro? How'd you get here? It's like, listen, I came back. I came back. It has a purpose.
Yes, love it. And so let's talk about a little bit about what you do with these. Is it mainly women that you work with in your business, or just business owners in general?
Okay, so my target audience is women. I love to deal with women. I have a heart for women. I'm a woman. Um, I've had a lot of struggles in my entrepreneurship journey. I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years. So I've had a lot of struggles and I didn't have a woman or anyone to kind of give me a hand and take my hand and, lead me along this way.
Okay. And so when you're talking to these women, and I know that you said that you've had a lot of struggles in your business, and then you try to help other women to avoid some of those struggles. And so tell me a little bit about the struggles that you see, or the struggles that you've had and the struggles that you
Mhm.
see in your clients and how you help them to overcome those things.
For me, my biggest struggle was structuring my business. So,
Mm,
like I said, I've been a business owner for 20 years. I moved to Statesboro 10 years ago. I opened up a hair salon 9 years ago here in Statesboro, and I just wasn't structured. When I opened up here in Statesboro, I told myself I'm going to do everything the right way, because my salons before I didn't have business licenses. I didn't even know about an LLC at this point. Um, so when I moved here and I opened this, I'm like, this is a fresh start, Venus. You're in a new city, do everything correctly. Um, and so I started structuring my business. I did a sole proprietor. I went and got a business bank account. I had a DBA. I thought I was the hot stuff. I thought I was doing everything the right way. And somewhere along the line, I learned about LLCs and corporations and things like that. And so I was like, okay, well, what I have going on, I think I could be an LLC. It just seems the most to make sense. I need to file my taxes. I need to do all of these things. I structured my business as an LLC 4 years in to opening up here in Statesboro, Georgia. And I did everything. I structured it with the Secretary of State. I went to the bank. I'm like, hey, I got an LLC now. I need to switch my bank account over. And they're like, oh, no, you have to get a brand new bank account. And I'm like, what? You know? And immediately after that, I started trying to establish my business credit. I realized that because I did not structure my business day one, as an LLC. I just did a sole proprietor. I lost out on 4 years of time. So although my business was open, banks, lending companies, they don't acknowledge that. They're like, sole
yeah.
proprietor who? Who are you? You don't matter. Um, and so now where I've been open for 9 years, on paper, in the funding and business credit and structuring world, I've only been around for 5. So I lost
Mm,
4 years just because I did not know. And so when I started this business development coaching, I wanted to help women know, because you don't know if no one tells you. And no one told me. And guess what? The people in my circle, they did not know. So I
mm,
feel that it's my job now to pay it forward. I figured it out. I'm telling somebody else. Any information that I get in, I take a lot of courses. I do a lot of, I invest myself into a lot of coaching and watching, um, buying courses, and because I always want to know. I always want to learn.
mhm,
You can never learn too much. And everything that I'm taking in, I'm pushing it right back out into my community, into my world, and to anybody, because people need to know. This is how we grow. We don't grow if
mhm.
we don't know. So that, I mean, I know I went on and on, but I'm super passionate about the mistakes that I made, and to make sure that women don't have to do that. I made the mistake so y'all don't have to do
Yes, I love this so much. And something that you said was just powerful, that you had a business and what you thought you were running as a business. But if you don't have the proper setup, if you don't have the proper systems, then you are not going to be recognized by
it at
banks,
all.
by people that can give you any kind of capital or funding to be able to move forward. And so we have got to have those structures. And I think that a lot of times, we're the inclusive networkers, so we think about black and brown businesses, and a lot of times haven't gotten the information. We have gone out and just started a business, and then we're piecing things together. This is why I love systems so much,
Yeah.
because we have to not only, like what you just said, get the coaching, get the information, and learn those unwritten rules of business, right? So there's some things that, people just aren't talking about, but you've got to be in the community. You can't be around your just friends and family who are doing the same thing or just wanting to work their job and they're not entrepreneurs because they don't understand the language. And that coaching, it gives you the language, it gives you the background, it gives you the foundation that you need. And we're not on here just to sell to try to sell coaching. We want you all to understand,
Right.
right? That you got
Right.
to have somebody that is like a mentor and not just a free mentor. Sometimes you're going to have to pay for it, right?
You have to pay. People have to realize I'm really big on, if you want to make money, you have to put money out. You're
Mm-hmm.
not going to get, I mean, you could go on Google and spend hours on Google trying to figure something out. But if you have a coach, if you have a mentor, if you have a sponsor, that's somebody you can call and get that answer in 30 seconds. So it's
Mm-hmm.
very important. If you want to take your business to the next level, you have to invest money. I run into women all the time. They say, "Oh, I don't have the money," or "Oh, I don't think that it's important." It's like, how are you expecting people to invest into your business, but you're not investing into your business?
Mm-hmm.
I tell
Mm-hmm.
people that all the time. It's like, I'm a hairstylist. How can I expect people to want to come to me to get their hair done, but my hair is never done? My hair is damaged and broken off. It's like, I'm not coming to you. You're not taking care of yourself. So, you know, so it's very important. We're not selling systems. Let's say that again, disclaimer. But I do want to highlight the importance of investing into your business, invest
Mm-hmm.
into yourself, invest into your family. You have to give out if you want to get. You just have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So, when you're training women and you're teaching them about business, what are three actionable steps that you can give them when you're thinking about being an inclusive networker or just setting up their business in general? Give us three
Mhm.
action steps that they need to take.
So, for one, my first action step is to get out of your own way.
Mm,
First and
mm-hmm.
foremost, get out of your own way, start that business, take that dream. You can do it. You got it. If you thought about it, if you've been dreaming about it, if you've been visioning it, God put it into your lap for you. So let's start. That's step one. Step two, once you have that business and you're ready to go, please structure your business. Go to the Secretary of State, invest that $125 to structure your business. Please do not do sole proprietor. You heard what I said in the beginning. I made the mistake. Just don't do it. I did it already. Don't do it. And the third thing, and this is something new for me that I want to give out, is to collaborate. Collaborate. You can do it by yourself, but imagine how much farther you can go if you leverage another person. Imagine if you take what you have and you collaborate with somebody and they have something, imagine how far you're going to go. So I want to say it again. The first step was to get out your head. Step number two, structure your business. And number three is to collaborate. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate.
Yeah, and so and I'll put another disclaimer on that to talk to your CPA, right? What's the best setup, business setup for you, right? It
Yes,
might be a different type of setup. If it might not be a
yes.
LLC, it might be an S corp, it
Might
might
be
be
a
whatever.
corporation. Yes,
Right. It's something that
absolutely.
you need to talk to your CPA about, but set up the system in the right way so that you can go forward. And this is something that I have really talked about, and why I started doing a shift back into more systems is because I was helping people to have the environment for diversity, equity, and inclusion, but they didn't have the systems to play the game. And so I was like, wait a minute. I can't set this up for everybody if you're not going to have the systems and when the opportunity opens. So, when the opportunity is there, you got to have what you need to be able to walk into the bank or to walk into an environment and be one of the people that they invite to move forward. So yeah, I think that what you're saying with that is so very important. Um, so the next thing is about this idea of collaboration. That's the third thing you said.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So when we're moving to the networker part of inclusive networker. So when we think
Yes,
about
yes.
networking, a lot of times, Venus, what I have seen is that when somebody has a business idea, they think I need to be quiet. I need to hold it all in to myself. I don't need to talk to other business owners about it because they might steal my idea and move forward. So how do you help people understand that they've got to collaborate and they have got to be out there talking about their business, talking to other people, networking?
You said something that was great about people feeling that people are going to steal your idea. And I'm just going to be honest with you. People will steal your idea. That can happen. But no, I'm honest. It happens to me sometimes, you know. But what's for you is for you. If God gave you a vision, you have to talk and collaborate with people. Now, okay, so let me go back. With collaboration, collaborate with the right person. We're not just out here collaborating with anybody. You have to collaborate with somebody that makes sense. Let's just use that. Now, we're not selling. I got to keep saying this disclaimer because we're going to be so good. People just going to want to buy into us. But this is not the purpose of this conversation. I'm a business development coach. I help people structure and strategize in their business. Ramona, you do systems. I don't know nothing about systems. I know how to run my system, but I can't set up my client system. So let's say we have client A and they're coming to me. They have a business, they want to structure it, and they need strategy on how to make more money, how to bring in a projected amount each month. I can help them with that. But then I'm gonna say, hey, you know what? You need a system. You need an email system. You need a funnel system. You need a credit card system. I need to patch you over to Ramona because this is what she does. So after you work with me, I need you to immediately go work with her because she can do it. So that would be a powerful collaboration because we're both helping people in business, but we're doing two different things. And so I want people to understand when you buy into these mentors and you buy into these coaches, you have to figure out what is this coach doing? Because a lot of people come to me, they see my content and they like, oh, I need your help. And then they sign up for my program and we get in a program and they're like, yeah, I need to figure out how to go viral on social media. And I'm like, I don't do that. I can't help you do that. I haven't even been viral on social media, you know? And then some people say, oh, well, I want to reach 6 figures. Okay, let's figure it out. What's the strategy? What's the play? That's what I can help you with. If I'm the person, if you have a goal, I can get you to your goal. I'm going to take you step by step to work your own goal. I'm helping you do what you want to do. These are not my plans. These are your plans. But you also need systems in place. You also need social media. So you need a social media manager. And if you can't do it yourself, you have to hire. You have to hire. So when you're collabing with someone, you have to make sure that you're collabing with someone that makes sense. I personally would not collab with somebody who does the same thing that I do. Now, people do it all the time, and I'm not knocking it. But for me, where I'm at, my business, I don't really want to do it because I don't want to feel that it's a competition. Because if we both do the same thing, then if I help this person do one thing, what are you going to come in and do? We need to bring something different to the table. We need to have something different. And then my group of networkers, I want to be around people who do different things. Because if I need something in the system, might need to call you and say, hey, you know, how do I do this?
Yeah.
And or if my client asks me a question about a system, it could be a small question. They might not need to take your course, but I need to be able to jump on the phone with you and say, hey, Ramona, my client asked me something about funnels and I'm not sure about funnels. Is there anything you can give me? There it is into investing. I can go on Google and search for 3 hours, but if I could call Ramona and pay her fee really quick, let me do that. And then now I'm taking it back to my community. So it's about collabing. It's about making those connections. I say it all the time. I've been to school. I have not graduated from college. But the networking, the people I have met just from networking in the last 2 years, this is a new business for me, has been powerful. It has taken me places that a degree wouldn't get me there. It's about who you know. It's about how you show up and how you treat people. That's going to take you where you need to go.
Yeah. And there's so many things you said in that. And so one of the things that I want to pull out is knowing what a coach does. Because we always say get a coach, get somebody that's going to teach you, train you, but people don't even know how to look for a coach, right? So one of the things that you said that was so key is knowing what the coach does and what they are good at, and can they do that. So people will call me all the time and say, hey, help me to write a grant and all of that, because they see that I've done grant writing, but I've done research grants, right? And so that's a very different thing than a business grant. And in my business right now, I don't teach people how to write grants. Not saying if you listen to this 2 years down the road, I might be doing that, but right now that's
Right.
not what I do. And so it's really important to understand the skill set that the coach has, and not only understand the skill set the coach has, but understand the skill set that you need and that you're looking for. Because if somebody just says, hey, just come and do this, right? Come and join this program, and you don't know exactly what you need, you're not going to get as much out of it either, right?
Yep.
Um, and the other thing that you talked about was how we collaborate with each other in business, which is so important. And so thinking about, and I would even say, even if I do the same thing as another person, really agreeing on what you're going to do in this collaboration,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
if they are doing the same type of thing, like we both might be business coaches, but we might say, okay, you are going to agree that you're going to teach people this thing, I'm going to teach
Yes.
people that thing.
Yes.
But looking at, okay, what is it that I'm not as strong with, and who am I going to collaborate with to make that happen? And
Yes.
I'll give you all an example of that too. When I bring my clients in, I have a mindset coach. Now, it's a lot that you have to do with clients when they come in. You're gonna realize that they need the mindset. They are new, and it gets difficult quick, and they're just like, I'm gonna give up. And so you need somebody that works on mindset. That's not me. I will do that a little bit, but to be a full mindset coach, that is not what I do. And so I bring in somebody that wants to do mindset and that wants to work with people and offer that as part of the program. Different coach, part of my team come in, but it's not what I do. And so, yes, I totally agree with what you were saying with that, Venus.
Yeah.
So as we are moving, forward, what are some big things that you have going on now? Like, what is it that we need to plug into? Where can we find Venus Mack-Hall? How do we stay in touch
Yes.
with you?
Listen, people, you can join my community by following me on all social platforms. I am Venus Mack-Hall on all platforms. Um, on TikTok and TikTok, yeah, on TikTok it's underscore Venus Mack-Hall. But Facebook, Instagram, Venus Mack-Hall. My website is www.venusmackhall.com. And I have some exciting things coming up. I'm actually next week starting a 30-day credit challenge. I tell people I am no credit coach. I'm not a credit specialist, but I have established credit, business credit. And so once again, the things that I know, I'm taking it back to my community so that they know. So I'm doing like a fun 30-day business credit challenge just to get people excited about talking about business credit, because people need to know, stop leveraging your own funds, stop leveraging your own
Mm-hmm.
personal. Let's get some funding for these businesses. And in September, I am super excited, super excited. I'm doing my first Kickstart Your Business retreat. This is a business retreat for established business women. We're going to go to Orlando, Florida. We're going to stay in a luxury townhouse. And this retreat is all about relaxation and structure. We're going to do some education. We're going to get some work done. We're going to take our businesses to the next level, but I'm very big on self-care. So
Mm-hmm.
as business owners, as women, wives, moms, we don't take that time out for self-care and we're burnt out.
Yes.
So I am
Mm-hmm.
going to incorporate education and relaxation in one. There'll be a private chef. You will not have to lift a finger. I'm going to have
Okay.
people there to do headshots. It is going to be an amazing time. I am super excited. I do it annually. I have a wives group as well. I do it annually for my wives, and they love it. And I'm like, you know what? I need to do this. for business owners. So yeah, it's very intimate. So if you guys are looking to get around some powerful women and collaborate, get some relaxation and also scale and be able to take your business to the next level. We're going to talk about business credit. We're going to talk about structure, strategy, systems, there is going to be so many things, but there also is going to be relaxation because you need it.
Awesome.
We just run as women. We run, and we don't take that time to just relax. And so that is going to be a big part of it as well. And all of this information can be found on my website, social media platforms.
All right. And your website is, tell us real quick so we can make sure that we know exactly how to spell it, where it is, everything.
So it is just my name. It's www.venusmack-hall.com. venusmack-hall.com. And if you find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, there's a link in my bio that will connect you straight to my website.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Venus, for this amazing episode. I have learned so much from you, and I know that it has been so important to our inclusive networker community. And thank you all so much for listening to this episode of The Inclusive Networker. You will find Venus's information in the show notes, and we will see you on the next episode of The Inclusive Networker. Bye.